guys, this is long overdue, believe me. This Mancave thing's been a nightmare. Just been basically storing stuff in there because of earlier on this year the weather was just absolute crap. It really was. It didn't really start raining until far later than it did. So really the only opportunity I could have got to do this was when the weather was dry over a weekend. And you know how rare they are in the UK, right? So you know, if it hasn't been overnighters, YouTubers coming around, family events going on, it's just been pretty hard to actually set time aside to do this. So the weather forecast is set fair. We've got the old man coming around to give us a hand. Should be here pretty soon, within the hour, I think. So I've just cleared everything out of the shed. She's all ready to be worked inside now. Got the trestles outside, circular saw, yada yada, all the stuff that you need. So looking forward to getting this done really. Get it all boarded out. Once it's boarded out, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a YouTuber, I'm not sure of his name, I forget his name, but he's helping out Armour Cockroach at the moment. And it's a Sparky electrician. Apparently it's not too far from where I live, I guess. So hopefully I can get him round, tell him exactly what I want. He can tell me what gauge wires, cables, what sort of sockets, RCDs, etc. Excuse the bloody police, they're bloody nightmare around here. So yeah, basically I'm thinking I've got to have to dig a trench at the correct depth, you know, regulations. I've got to do everything properly, because if we do come sell one day and we have surveyors come round, if you're not on top of the ball, mate, you're going to have a nightmare, you really are. So I'm going to do all of the donkey work, and the Sparky is going to come round and just terminate the connections, sign it off, job done. You save yourself a lot of money that way. So I'm more than confident in doing that. I mean, I've been in the wiring stroke electronics game for about 20 years now. I mean, I've wired up all sorts of high-end stuff, but when it comes to doing house stuff, the rules and regs are completely different, and I don't want to cock anything up, so I'm getting a pro in to sort of check out my work, terminate the ends, give it a thumbs up, and we're ready to rock and roll. That's the next stage, get the electrics in here. When the electrics are in here, I can start doing all of the shelving, all of the benching. Really looking forward to it. I just can't wait to put my stamp on this empty, horrible box, really. So it's going to be fun, but all these things cost money, and it takes time to save the money. And you got, as I said, you got to time it with the weather, because it's best to do these things dry, because I've got everything all outside now. And if it rains now, I'd have a nightmare. I'd have to run around trying to hunt around tarps and stuff and cover it all over. So hoping, fingers crossed, the weather stays fair, I can get this done, break the back of it, and that's that's stage 2 complete of the Mancave project. So let's see how we get on.
Well, there she is. There's all of that roll. That's what's left from inside my shed.
Right, stage 1, just empty everything out of the shed first. Because we need some room to work, don't we? So let's have a look inside, see what's been going on. Not a lot, as you might think, but all of the insulation is done now. I've done one side already. I've done it by myself, which is not too bad, but doing that by yourself is quite hectic, because these sheets are 8x4. I've got 10 of them and a deal, as you do. All I've done, I don't know if I can show as an example really. Let's have a look around here, probably be best. What I've done was I put one layer down, as you can see inside there. I'll put a thin piece of batten in, as you can see there, and then another piece on top. So it's like a sandwich layer for some air to sit inside. They've all been stapled down, as you probably remember by the last video. I know it's a long time ago, last year I think it was, to get all that done. So we're all insulated now and ready to go, and as you can see by what I was showing earlier, that great big roll there is what's left. I've probably used about half of it, and I've got a few extra bits out there as well as backup, because you should always have a backup. So yeah, I'm going to be selling all that. It's going to cost an absolute fortune, postage and the rest of it, so I'll have to get my thinking cap on for that one. So yeah, all I'm going to do now is get the wood outside, get it cut to suit, bring it in, and let's get cracking. Well, that's the first piece gone up. What I've done before was marked out You see where the little mark is with a permanent marker? Well, I know that it's more or less in the middle of where the joists are. So you just come along and you put your nails in accordingly. It's only got about four or five nails or so, just holding it up, and it's going to give me time to do it properly on my own. So done the same on this side as well. Just marked up where the joists are underneath where the insulation is. So we're just going to be getting the board, wedging it in there, so it's like a natural support anyway. And then we're just going to hinge, push it up to the top, and I've probably got about 2 to 3 feet of space in the middle, and that's where the offcuts are going to come in handy. They're going to be cut to suit to go in there, because I want to try and save as much as the big pieces as I can, really, rather than end up with loads of little offcuts. That's the plan. That's it. If you lower it down and then push it in from the back.
I'm in.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Right, you can hurry up because I won't be able to hold it much.
Fit as a flea, eh?
Not really. Keep going.
One nail will hold in the lot.
Oh, quick, keep going.
Looks like you want a cup of tea.
Just right there.
A bit like that. Going with nothing. Whoops, bang on level. Ah, that's it, we're in wood.
Go for broke.
It's hard. Tell you what, it's hard work nailing above your head at an angle. It's a lot easier on the flats on the sides there. It is what it is. Just hold that in the middle. That's it. Right, on one.
I'm on.
Safety. Always use safety glasses. These ones just happen to be outdoor sun ones with a little bit of side protection there, which is great. And also you're going to see a safety guard in there. Now don't be a muppet and use this without these, unless you want that just absolutely mashing you right up. So it's an automatic. As it pushes along, it actually moves it, so it tries to keep itself protected as much as possible till we get to the end, which is fully opened. And as soon as you lift the tool off of the wood, it'll automatically spring shut. So you don't really want to be chopping your legs off. So safety goggles, absolute paramount. It's a bit noisy, so I use ear defenders. Me being me, I use the British Army ones for shooting. You really got to sort of do your best to protect yourself, really, because mate, accidents do happen, they really do. Well, let's get cutting. tea first. These gloves are great. From Quality Jackson. No splinters. Great. Nice and lightweight and real grippy. Nice one, Tom. Well, all I've done is right in the bottom right hand corner of the shed. It's got a piece of batten directly behind here. So all I've done is I've just chopped the square out and I've done a tiny little pilot hole right in the middle, and I've just chucked a bit of twig through the middle of it. The idea being, when the electrics are due to be run into the place, I'm going to go outside, see where the little bit of straw is hanging out, pull that out, drill a bigger hole to suit, and I'm going to put an IP rated electric gland on there. So it's going to be all waterproof and sealed. I'm not sure what size yet, because I'm going to have a word with a Sparky guy on YouTube to see what sort of size, probably armoured cable to go through it, and just go from there. But I'd rather do it now than start taking panels off and cutting things out later on. So get these sort of things done now, think ahead as you do, and just carry on. Incidentally, while I'm down here, before I put all of the panels on, I'll just put a piece of batten work underneath just to space it off. Once everything's all nailed in place, pull that out, and I've just got a nice gap under there, so if I do need to put any extra thick carpet or extra board on the floor at a later date, or skirting board or whatever, I've got a nice gap under there just for that sort of idea. Well, that's pretty much it. It's all secured up there now. It just needs some finishing off regarding some run out of nails basically, so we just used what we had to get everything held in place really. You would use probably, I don't know, 10 nails maybe per piece, give or take, depending on the size of the piece. We've just used like 1 or 2. So it's all held in place until I get some more nails and crack on. The weather's on the turn now, so it's a case of getting all the stuff back inside there now and carrying on this at a later date. But this is an update. Pretty boring video, but there's been loads of people been asking what's been happening to the man cave. As I said earlier on in the video, so much has happened and you really need a dry weekend to do this. We just haven't had one. And the weekends that I have had, overnighters have been happening, and family birthdays and anniversaries and births and engagements. You know what family's like. Family's got to come first, guys, so this is just one of those things that's had to have a back seat, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Alright, the weather's starting to rain now, so that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of DIY thing. That's about all for now, so we'll crack on and try and get it done another day when we do get some nice weather where it don't turn the rain when you don't need it to. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay funky.
Very tight, very solid. Very tight, very solid, very solid, very solid, very tight, very solid, very solid, very solid.